Hey guys, it's Kai from Esports News UK, brought to you by AGON, by AOC and ESI London. Today I'm joined by the guys from Into the Breach. Here we have Dan and Jack. Yep. Tom and Jack, sorry. One of them right. So first of all, tell us about what you're doing at Insomnia, and is this your first Insomnia or have you been here before?
Personally, this is my first Insomnia, and I believe for Into the Breach it's our first Insomnia as well.
Yeah, first time with the booth. We've had teams here in the past, but yeah, first time with the booth and the full shebang.
Nice.
So looking to have a good time.
How have you guys performed in the past BOYOC competitions?
So I think the last Insomnia we won with our CS team. Obviously we had Smoothie placing in that tournament and Thomas with the core team, Kai, Dobbo and Adam. And yeah, the CS team unfortunately aren't here this time round, but we've got a league team that are playing and also a Valorant team that are doing great at the minute.
Perfect. And which one do you prefer, Valorant or CSGO?
I think for me it's got to be CS.
For me it's also CS.
Is that because of the history behind it?
Because I used to play a lot. I used to play with a team. We got like semi-pro, ESL main sort of thing, and so I'm now a caster, by trade. So that's sort of like it's the game that I'm.
Fell in love with and you can't choose. Well, yourself.
Yeah. Again, the culture and the history behind it, it's kind of like you grow up watching it. I think it is the e-sport, I think, for the UK at least.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, it's very prevalent with Endpoint and XL.
Yeah.
Not even XL actually, was it?
XL, I mean.
Fnatic. Yeah, sorry. So speaking of UK esports, what are your current thoughts on the UK esports scene and how do you think it should progress in the future, if it should progress at all?
I think at the moment it's the strongest it's ever been. Yeah. Like at the moment, like UK esports is way like past it was at its previous peak.
Yeah.
And you know it is mainly thanks to like orgs like ourselves, orgs like Endpoint, who are doing so much to push for the UK esports scene and with competitions like Insomnia, you know, you've got your BYOCs for orgs to put competition to put their teams in, and like just it's a good experience for the players, it's a good experience for everyone, and I think the UK scene is just the highest it's ever been right now.
Yeah, really well. Again, like orgs like ourselves, you know, kind of giving back to grassroots and proving that, you know, you can come out of nowhere and like with the effort and the right resources you can make it. I think it's important for people to have that example.
Perfect. And also back on Valorant, with its kind of like franchising sort of prospect in the future, do you think franchising is a good idea for esports overall, or are you against franchising?
It's sort of like a weighing scales. You've got to find that middle. Like I think that there is a lot of bonuses, but there's also a lot of downsides. Like a lot of people who aren't, you know, directly linked to, you know, the game will lose money out of it, like that sort of thing. It all comes down to like finding the middle ground, and but you know, certain games do things their way, and unfortunately that's just, you know, we can't have say in that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think it's difficult to say because, you know, you understand the business side of things for these tournament organisers, but then you also kind of look at it and it's kind of like it's not great for accessibility and for grassroots esports, particularly when you see like, you know, Rainbow Six, you know, like franchises with orgs owning league spots in UK last year. It's not great for the scene, especially at that lower tier.
Perfect. Right, questions up? Lovely. So you've been prevalent in UK esports for a long time now. What advice would you give to young pro players / coaches / young esports entrepreneurs looking to kind of progress into the esports industry?
I think anyone in the grassroots industry, don't matter what you're going for, you've just got to start from the ground and like just work your way up, even if it's just through, you know, months and months and months of unpaid work, and just even if it's with a team that you don't need to say you're a coach, the team that you don't necessarily enjoy, but you know your worth, you want to give it to them, you want to do the best that you can, so then you can move on to the next stage and, you know, present yourself as, look, I've done this, I've made this out of this, and just put yourself out there. That's all you can do. You just start pushing yourself, and that's how you make. I mean, like from experience as a caster, that's how I started. I just started taking free work, you know, unpaid, just going, and then make a show reel out of it, and then start reaching out for all these paid gigs, and that's how, like, that's just how you've got to start it. And it is a grind. It is a grind.
Yeah, I think, again, faking it till you make it is a massive kind of thing in esports. Networking. If you've got the money, come down to the events like this, network with people. There's some great people, but we're all extremely sociable and want to help people. And yeah, I think I started off in esports when I was 14 as an unpaid graphic designer, and then worked my way into management through unpaid work, and then eventually, you go from transition from being freelance to part-time, then you're potentially full-time, and it is a process, and it is slow, but it works.
Yeah, perfect. So recently you got a new partnership with CloudKid. Do you want to tell us a bit about that and how it's going to progress the music industry in esports?
Yeah, so CloudKid are a music label based on YouTube, and Spotify. They partner with kind of grassroots artists. They kind of bridge that gap to gaming, and we're trying to help them do that by involving them in our content. We're playing sick music at our booth as well. We've got a couple of leaflets here to hand out. We've got a sick gaming playlist on Spotify. I'd go check them out if I was you. But yeah, we're aiming to kind of push those grassroots artists, and again, giving back to that grassroots scene no matter what it is.
Perfect. And to finish it all off, is there anything you guys like to add or any shout-outs you want to give?
Shout out to our Valorant team that are playing. They're putting in a lot of hard work. I know it's a bit rough right now. They're playing with 2 stand-ins, so they went 4-3 yesterday in the BYOC. But I know they're a bit disappointing because they're expecting to just like fly through that. Yeah. But yeah, no, they're killing it. Obviously, the League of Legends team. We like to thank them for offering to come along, and obviously we've backed them on that. Chill Blast, CloudKid, and Sprout, yeah.
Thank you very much. Hope you have a good day. Awesome. Thank you.